Am I the asshole for avoiding spending the night with my girlfriend because of my sleep apnea device? I, a 41-year-old man, have been going through a lot of changes lately, and I'm trying to navigate a situation that's making me feel pretty conflicted. A few months ago, I finalized my divorce after being married for 15 years. It wasn't an easy decision. My ex-wife and I had a long history together, and there were a lot of emotions tied up in the life we built. But over time, it became clear that our relationship had run its course, and we both agreed to part ways. Since then, I've been trying to figure out who I am outside of that marriage, and let me tell you, getting back into the dating world after 15 years off the market is no joke. I didn't expect to meet someone so soon after the divorce, but then I met Abby, a 38-year-old woman. We connected on a dating app, and after a few great dates, we've gotten pretty serious. She's smart, funny, and has this warmth about her that makes me feel comfortable, which is something I wasn't sure I'd ever feel again with someone new. I've been enjoying our time together, and a part of me is starting to think there's real potential here. But there's one issue that's been hanging over my head, and I'm starting to feel like it's putting a wall between us. When I was in my late 20s, I was diagnosed with sleep apnea. It hit me hard back then because I had always been active and prided myself on being healthy, but suddenly, I found myself exhausted all the time, struggling to stay awake during the day, and waking up gasping for air in the middle of the night. It was affecting my work, my mood, everything. I was prescribed a CPAP machine, a device that I have to wear every night that keeps my airway open while I sleep. It's basically a mask attached to a machine that hums quietly and helps me breathe properly through the night. It made a world of difference for my health, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't hate it at first. My ex-wife was with me when I got diagnosed, and she was there for the whole process. She supported me through the adjustment period, and after a while the CPAP machine just became a part of our routine. She never made me feel self-conscious about it, and it felt like a safe space where I could be vulnerable without fear of judgment. But now that I'm seeing Abby, it's a different story. I haven't slept in the same bed with anyone but my ex-wife in over a decade. I'm comfortable with Abby, but I'm also terrified of letting her see me with this mask on, hearing the hum of the machine, and seeing what I look like with this awkward thing strapped to my face. I'm worried it'll make me look old, tired, or weak, and that she'll see me differently after that. I know that sounds silly, but I can't help feeling like this machine is this glaring reminder that I'm not as young or carefree as I used to be, and I'm not sure how to reconcile that with the image I want to project to her. We've been intimate, and it's been great, but every time things wind down and she suggests we spend the night together, I make an excuse. I'll say I have an early morning or that I need to get back to my place and she hasn't pushed too hard. But I can tell she's starting to notice. She's even hinted at wanting to stay over at my place, and I've found ways to dodge that too. I'm scared to tell her about the CPAP because I don't want her to see me differently. I want to be the guy she's attracted to, not the guy with a medical device strapped to his face at night. I know I'm being ridiculous. I'm in my 40s. I shouldn't be acting like a self-conscious teenager, but this is the first time I've had to navigate this kind of vulnerability with someone new. With my ex-wife, it was different. She knew me before the diagnosis, and she was there for the whole journey. But with Abby, I feel like I'm starting from scratch, and the idea of showing her this side of me feels daunting. The thing is, I know I'm holding back, and I know it's not fair to her. She's been patient and understanding, but I can see the confusion in her eyes when I pull away after we've had such a great time together. I'm worried that if I keep avoiding this, she's going to start thinking it's about her, or worse, that I'm hiding something bigger. Last weekend, after another night where I made an excuse to go home, she gently asked, "Is there a reason you don't want to stay?" I could see she was hurt, and I felt like a complete jerk. I want to be honest with her. I want to tell her about the CPAP and explain why I've been so hesitant, but I'm terrified that she'll see it as a sign that I'm not the strong, confident person I'm trying to be. I don't want to seem weak, and I don't want her to see me as fragile. The rational part of me knows she might not care at all, but the fear of being rejected because of this one thing has been eating at me. So, am I the asshole for avoiding spending the night with Abby because of my sleep apnea device? Am I wrong for being intimate with her but not wanting to show her this vulnerable side of me yet? I feel like I'm protecting myself, but I'm also scared that I'm building a wall that will end up pushing her away. Should I just be honest with her and hope she understands? Or am I setting myself up for disappointment by showing her who I really am, flaws and all? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. I could use some help here.